Yeah. So when we think about a brand, I mean, one of the first exercises I talk about is to think about one of the most iconic brands in your own life, in your sphere of influence. And I think that there are a couple of very easy ones for most of us in this day and age to identify. And I think Apple is definitely up very near the top of that list. Brands like Coca-Cola, Volvo. There are brands that exist. And whether you have a practice that you're branding or yourself, you're branding yourself personally, what you're ultimately seeking to do is to buy attention from others, to connect with trust between yourself and others before you're ever in front of them, and then ultimately to elicit a sense of community or even a sort of social investment into an idea or a shared view of the world. So it's very easy when you really think about it, what the values are that say Apple espouses or Volvo espouses. If you think about the brand Volvo, what's the first thing that comes to mind for you, Jody? Like what's the word that jumps to your mind when you think about Volvo?
My avatar, to be honest
You're
with you. Like my
really the Volvo driver?
something mom with the time, energy, and resources to do more and give more. Like every mom in Princeton, New Jersey drives a Volvo. That's
Uh-huh.
my association with it. Is that
Well, and
weird?
so and for good reason, right? Because moms value safety and reliability, right? Volvo is kind of underlying, they don't even have to say safety in their brand. They're not like Volvo.safety. They're like, you know that safety is a priority for them. And so people who value that highly, along with a little bit of luxury, but nothing too crazy, and a few other things, you gather that together and you sort of have the Volvo avatar, right? The Apple avatar, although lots of us could use these products casually, their ideal person is someone who wants to see themselves as being stylish, cutting edge, savvy, up to the moment. This is the kind of person who would stand in line and wait for a phone for 8 hours, right? In line with a lot of people. That's their ideal person who will kind of take that into themselves and adopt that, not just using the product, but actually the whole ethos. So to kind of scale this back a little bit, we're talking about monster brands here, right? What all these brands do successfully is they trigger an emotional response in the people who are aware of them. And that's really what your brand should seek to do. So if you know what those responses are that you want to be getting when people hear about you, interact with you, show up at work with you in your practice, however they do, you want to like be intentional about what those things are that you want to elicit in others. That's really the best place to start with a brand. So do you want people to feel safe? Do you want people to feel energetic? Like everybody's got a different sort of recipe that makes up what they want to create.